Hello, it is Jo, and I am going to do a quick video about one of the therapies that I am offering. That I got these groovy lights and I thought I'd show you because anything with technology that I can figure out I'm pretty impressed by. So look what I can do. Go colour, change my lights to red, pink, blue. Okay, so I'm impressed anyway. Or I can do this. There's this little thing here, and I can choose the scene that I want, and I can do any of these. So if I want the color one, pretty cool, huh? All right, enough shenanigans. Let's put it on white and bright. Hopefully that will do. All right, so hello, how are you? I want to do a very quick video and want to tell you a little bit about the therapy that I'm offering and why Healy, the new device that I've been talking about, really fits well into a therapy that I have been delivering for a couple of years now with good effect. So what I do is it's my own individual therapy, but I have taken from other therapies. So it's called Sana therapy, S-A-N-A, and that word actually is Latin for heal. And then all these years later, I come across Healy. So it very much is the premise and the basis of what I have been doing for the longest time. But I want to give you a little bit of an idea about Sana therapy and how I do that, even though actually this is the first time I've ever shared this publicly, because it is my own therapy and I didn't want anyone pinching it. But then I thought about, so what if they do? You know, all this sort of stuff where people can get better, that should not be owned by anybody. The abundant energy that the universe produces for us should be free and available to everybody. So I'm no longer being precious about my therapeutic kind of treatments. I'm going to put them out there. And like I said, they're pinched from other people anyway. So they're not really my own. So what we do in Sana therapy is a combination of a few different things. We use cranial sacral work, binaural beats with hypnotic boosters, and electro stimulation therapy and magnetic ions, or negative ions, magnetic therapies. And we combine these kind of things into what is Sana, which is a bioenergetic therapy, which uses basically the premise of frequency medicine. So like I said, nothing really new there. But when you put these things together and you combine them in one sitting, one treatment, you get a fantastic synergistic effect. So all of these things combining perhaps equal greater than the individual parts alone. Now, if you don't know what craniosacral therapy is, I'll tell you very quickly. It's cranial. Cranium, it's the skull. And when our skulls fuse, when we're little and our skulls come together and fuse, I was just thinking, I've got a wonderful brain model at work, but I am not at work. I am at home. So I don't have my brain model here. This would have been a great time to pull it out and show you. I will do that. When I'm back in the office, I'll show you some of my brain models and explain this to you visually. But if you think of the skull fusing, there's different areas. So there's one across here that fuses to the side, the temporal lobe. And these fuses are part of what we look at and massage, and we work with the cerebral spinal fluid in craniosacral therapy. The sacrum, if you don't know, is a shield sort of shaped bony structure at the very base of our backs, down here in the lumbar vertebrae. And it's connected to your pelvis, and it is the sacrum is a strengthening and stabilizing part of your body. So I'm just going to have a look at my notes, what I want to tell you. So the craniosacral therapy, it relieves compression in the bones of the head, the sacrum, and spinal column. So the base of the skull is where our brain stem sits, which goes down our back, down our spinal cord, and ends sort of down the bottom in this sacral area. Now, throughout this system, which is our nervous system. Our brain and our spine is part of our nervous system. There is a very important fluid, and that is the cerebral spinal fluid. And the way that cranial sacral therapy works is it helps with the flow of CSF being the cerebral spinal fluid. And the fluid protects your entire central nervous system. And central nervous system, so how confusing do I want to be? We have a peripheral nervous system and a central nervous system. So let's focus on the central nervous system, which is your brain and your spinal cord, and what we're talking about here. And the CSF, it's a clear fluid. It's filled with plasma and cells. So cells is what's going to come into this in a moment, because if you've watched my other video, I talk a lot about cellular health. And the CSF is formed, pretend I've got my brain model here, in the third and fourth ventricles. So when you see a brain scan, you know how you've got those sort of, almost looks like a smiley face on a brain scan, little spaces in deep in the middle of the brain. These are your ventricles, and this is where the fluid is formed. Well, it's actually produced in a particular part of the brain called the choroid plexus, but that's part of the third and fourth ventricle, and that's where the cerebral spinal fluid is created. Now, when the CSF builds up in the ventricles, we get other conditions like hydrocephalus, and often with hydrocephalus we get a triad, 3 different types of symptoms: cognitive impairment, we get urinary incontinence, and we get strange walking. Now that's important because with my work with dementia, sometimes these symptoms mimic dementia, particularly the cognitive impairment. So we want to make sure that when we're talking about dementia, we're actually talking about a neurodegenerative process that's going to continue, and not some other problem with the brain that is reversible, like hydrocephalus. So we want to keep this cerebral spinal fluid moving. We talk about the flow of life. Perhaps, this is a really great example of that. So craniosacral work helps with the flow of CSF. And the CSF is protecting your nervous system. It nourishes it, it protects it. So I'm looking at my notes here. Yeah, pretty much, continuing with the things that I've said. So it bathes the brain and spine in nutrients, it eliminates waste products, and it also helps cushion the central nervous system for, prevention of injury and stress. So when we do the craniosacral massage, it's very, very soft, gentle pressure. And the more you do this, the more you can feel the areas of the skull that require the massaging. And we can go all the way down through the back and get this flow happening. And it's a very visceral feeling. When this is stimulated and it's done properly, you will feel better. Again, these are one of the treatments where the medical profession may say, there's not a lot of evidence for it. Again, if you look on the internet, you'll find evidence for and against anything. So I rely on what works for me, what works for my patients, and what I see working repeatedly with minimal side effects, if any. And with the pharmaceutical industry, you get a synthetic chemical pumped into your body, which causes side effects. So you have another medicine to treat the side effects, and on it goes. These are natural therapies and really powerful ones for healing, health and healing. So we combine, in the Sana therapies, we combine the craniosacral massage with binaural beats. So binaural beats, who's that?
Jaxon.
That's my son coming in. It's his birthday today. You can stick your head in and come and say hello. It's a video, but it's going on Facebook. Pop down. This is Jaxon.
Hi.
And Jaxon is 13 today.
Yeah.
Did you have a good birthday?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Craniosacral massage.
Oh, yeah.
And electro stimulation, binaural beats. And who got a treatment today?
Me.
Yes. So you can talk about it. What happened? What happened within the first few minutes?
Well, I just felt really relaxed, and then I kind of just fell asleep.
You fell asleep. And
then woke up and I felt better.
Yeah, you had a headache, and did it help with your headache?
Yeah, it did.
Although he's been out playing cricket now, so...
Also, Will and Jordan want to come over, is that okay?
You keep them up there in the house because I'm doing a video. Cool. All right, can you shut the door on the way out, please?
I'm going to give the kitchen a quick time.
Okay, thank you. Real life. But yeah, I did. Isn't it great when a 13-year-old boy wants his mother to give him, a bioenergetic session for his birthday? But he also got cricket gear and he got some computer stuff, even though I'm always talking about computers and the negative effects of computers. He got some computer stuff, so he's not deprived, and he did enjoy his massage and his treatment today. It's helped him with a lot of things, and I won't speak to my son's particular ailments, but our whole family has suffered from anxiety and depression and some other ailments too, so we speak firsthand when we talk to you about the benefits of these therapies. So where were we? The different parts of the sauna therapy. So we've got the craniosacral massage and the binaural beats. So Jaxon had that today. So the binaural beats are sound and wave therapy. So I'll put, it has to be done through a headset, because what we're doing is sending very discrete but slightly different frequencies to each ear. They're so small that it's hard to notice the difference. But what the brain does is it interprets the frequency as one tone, even though they are not. They're different tones. They're very similar. And so the brain confabulates. It fills in the gap. And what it does is it puts in one tone. It combines the two tones and makes one tone. And that is the beat that you hear when you do binaural beats. The beat is like a sound in the background, but it's actually a combination of a couple of sounds. And the way this works is through a process called bilateral stimulation. So this ear actually goes up to the sensory cortex, up on the other side of the brain, and vice versa. So the left connects to the right connects to the left, and the two hemispheres of the brain are connected by a bunch of fibers, neural fibers, called the corpus callosum. So what it's doing is it's sending messages across very quickly. The brain's confabulating, and it's giving us this bilateral stimulation, bit of an awakening for the brain. So it opens the brain up, and then we add the hypnotic boost. So the hypnotic boost can be done through manual suggestion, or it can be done through sounds and light therapies. And today Jaxon actually listened to a pre-programmed hypnotic boost, which was for pain relief, and it just put him to sleep very, very quickly. Works as an analgesic. Then on top of that, the last part of the sauna therapy is the electro stimulation, or the frequency medicine treatment. And that is where Healy comes in. So there it is. That is why I am preaching the benefits of Healy, because before I was using various types of electro stimulation frequency, but with Healy and its diagnostic capabilities and its technology that can scan and tell me basically where the issues are in a patient's body and provide the correct prescription. So by that I mean the diagnostic frequency that person's going to benefit most from. Then we add that to the top. And when you put all those things together and you're treating for the right or the particular ailment. So today Jaxon had a very bad headache, so we treated for migraine pain. But it can be used for other things too. So emotional well-being, just for general fatigue and exhaustion, other sorts of pain. You'll see on my other video, there's a big list of things that it can help you with. Concentration, learning, goes on and on. So that's my sauna therapy, and that's where I'm now using Healy in my private practice. So a combination of those four things, which I'll repeat again. It's craniosacral massage, it's binaural beats, it's with hypnotic boost, and electro stimulation or frequency medicine. I'm loving it, and I know people that I do this for enjoy it too. And I think my biggest testimony today was Jaxon walking in and saying that it works, because he's a pretty energetic kid. He doesn't like to sit still, and I can tell you, if a 13-year-old boy on his birthday asks for a 1-hour treatment, then you know that there's some benefit. What a great testimony. But if you're interested in Healy, please let me know. I am more than happy to tell you more about that. If you'd like to come in for a sauna therapy session where you get the whole lot combined, I think you'll be mind blown. You'll certainly be relaxed, and you'll be asking more about it. But now that Healy is available, and this technology is literally the size of half a mobile phone, can fit in your pocket, clip onto your clothing, and you can benefit from it anywhere, anytime, then this is something that, I think we need to share and make available to each other. So that's it for now. I will do a lot more videos. I'm going to commit to doing more and sharing my knowledge and sharing the different techniques that I know that work. And hopefully, as more and more people experience the benefits of these therapies, that they too can share their testimonials and we can spread the word and the frequency of love. All right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all again soon. Have a happy and peace-filled day. Take care.